I'm live. Hi, everybody. My name is Cindy Ellers. I'm from the central part of Wisconsin, and welcome to Cindy's Stamping Studio. I'm a little bit early, but I do that on purpose so that I can make sure I have everything set up, get my Kindle turned on, so that we're all ready when it's time to stamp. So just bear with me as I get my Kindle on and get ready to go. Remember to share my post, leave me a comment, and hit the like key. I see Sally's joined me and it's somebody else. I'm not quite sure who that is because I didn't notice. It's just little pictures that I see, your profile picture, so I don't always see that. Whoops. I'll get it. So how was everybody's weekend? We had a great weekend this past week. We went camping up at our up at Otter Lake, and we had a great time. We took our little grandson along, and we just had so much fun with him. It was fun. Lots of giggles, lots of laughs, and we caught some fish. So I think that's the icing on the cake. It was a good time. So it's been beautiful weather out, not too hot, not too humid. It could be like this every day. That's what I like. Yes. So, well, my Kindle is not going to cooperate with me at all, it looks like. Let's try it again one more time. So, let's see. I just want to mention again, be sure to share my post. Leave me a comment. You want to leave me a comment so you can get in on the weekly door prize. That's always a good thing. And hit the like key. Also, while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to my blog. It goes by the same name, Cindy Stamping Studio. All you have to do is go into the blog. On the right-hand side, there's a space where you can enter your email address. And the email address, it wants you to confirm your subscription, and then all of my posts from my blog will come right to your email. And I only post 6 days a week. Sundays, I post a joke on Facebook. And it's just a fun way to see some neat cards that I make, that my ladies stampers make. If there's any sales going on, that's on there. Okay, there I am. I found me. So, okay. Let's see. If you don't have a chance to watch my Facebook Live tonight, I think that's Judy Vine. I'm not sure. You should say hi to me. If you don't have time to watch tonight's Facebook Live, remember that there's always the replay is posted on Thursday. So then you can watch, and you can always watch it on Facebook, but you can also go to my blog and watch it on Thursday. So what we have going on this week, tomorrow night is technique class at Schmitty's in Nailsville, and we will be doing the window technique. It's just the illusion of a window on our card. Kind of neat, something different. We're doing the voting for the stamp of the month. Go to my blog and just page back a couple entries. You could see that if you want to get involved, and it's really pretty cool. For $24 you end up with a stamp set. Hi Arliss, I noticed your picture right away. You end up with the stamp set and a 4-card card kit to use your stamp set with. So I think that's a pretty good deal. The The kit class is at the end of the month. It's always the last Tuesday of the month. So we're just starting to work on that. The cards for the kit class, there's my mom. She's watching. The cards for the kit class, I'm just starting to work on those. I posted them so everybody can see what they look like. I might be adding one more card to that lineup. Not quite sure yet. Let's see, what else? I have one card to show you, and that's what my virtual swap card was for July, and I'll get to that in just a moment. And before we get any farther, I did the drawing for the weekly door prize using random.org, and the winner for that one is Christine Shellcross. Now, I'll have to get in touch with Christine. I don't know what her address is, but she has a week to get in touch with me also and send me a private message so that I know what her address is. The door prize is an assortment of enamel embellishments to use on your cards. Okay, so now we're going to go and move the camera so that you can see the card that I made for my virtual swap. Also, remember, we have Stamping Up has bonus days going on right now. For every $50 you spend on Stamping Up material, you can earn a $5 coupon that's to spend in August. But that's only in July. And Technique, ladies, don't forget, our class is tomorrow night at Schmitty's in the banquet room of the basement. We start at 5:30, but if you want to come a little bit early and keep me company, you can. So, okay, now we're ready. I have to move my camera, and we have to get it all set up. So there, now you can see outside. Let's move it down. There, that's pretty good. Let's move it a little bit. And let's move it up. I think that's pretty good. Ooh, kind of tippy. There. Okay. There. Okay, so as I was talking about, this is the card that I made for the virtual swap that's sponsored by my upline, and this was my contribution for July. I thought that turned out pretty nice. And it's using the Jar of Flowers stamp set, which I really like. And of course our Stamping Up blends, Cajun Craze and Calypso Coral. That's what the other one. These are the Ornette border dies. Just something you can do, more that you can do with that. Okay, here's our packet. The card we're making tonight uses the happiest of birthdays. It's got a big happy birthday. You know, they're bigger. They're not just small ones. And as you can see in the catalog, it gives you a lot of ideas. And I'm really going to enjoy, I think, making this. So, okay. That's the one. And here is a close-up of the stamp sets. Happiest of birthdays. We're using the Stitch So Sweetly dies and the Beauty Abounds stamp set. Okay, so a lot of times when we make our cards, we will use designer series paper. Well, sometimes they don't, the designer paper doesn't always, we don't have paper but it's real easy to make your own. So we're going to start out with a piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock for our base, and of course it measures 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. We'll have a 3 3/4 by 5 piece of Whisper White for our inside. We have a Melon Mambo for our layer, and then we have another 3 3/4 by 5 as our top layer, and that's where that's going to come in. So I'm going to put that aside. The colors we're using are Coastal Cabana, Melon, and Mango Melody. Okay, so let's just start. I'll put them aside with our cardstock. I don't want to get confused. Now, the one thing I found is having a piece of scratch paper. And because sometimes when you just ink up your stamp set, there's too much ink there. It's bubbles. It just doesn't look right. Okay, so I'm going to clean that and start over. Okay, but this time I'm just going to slide it across like that. And look at how that looks. It isn't as dark. It doesn't have these blotches in it. It looks a lot better, I think. So if there's ever a doubt, go and just slide it across, and we're going to do that. Okay. There's a little bit of a drop of ink there. That's a really juicy stamp pad. I'm just going to close this, and now I'm going to get my melon. I want to get rid of that. I don't think that's... I'm going to take a tissue. There. That's not so bad. And I want to go and... looks just fine. So it's always good to go and give it a test before you get too involved. That's what I think. Okay, and our last color, which is Mango Melody. Let's see how that color looks. Okay, I'm going to slide it across. That looks better. So let's clean that stamp. And continue to make our designer paper. Always make sure you clean your stamp in between colors. You don't want to And then our last color, which was Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to slide it across. Better try it out. That is, if I just go real light, that's not so bad. Oops. That looks good. Okay. And I always call this stamp, there's just little dots. I call that a smudge. And I just want to go and put a little extra color. All right, almost have our background made, and a little bit of mango. Mango? Yep, mango. There, perfect. Okay. We'll put this aside, and I'm going to take our scallop stitch die from the Stitch So Sweetly dies and cut it out our white. That will be for the front. And using a little bit of Memento Black, and I think I'm missing something. One moment, I know right where it is. The main thing for my card. Oh my gosh. So if you haven't figured it out, we'll be using this Wishing You the Happiest of Birthdays at the kit class at the end of the month. Whew, I was almost a little bit nervous. So we're going to ink this up, and I always find with the bigger stamps to turn them upside down so I can see it and go that way. I don't want to be there. Turned out nice. Okay, and I want to go and add a little decoration so it isn't so pale. So yeah, just have a little visitor joined me. A little Tanner decided that he was going to come see what I was doing, because as far as they know, I'm just sitting in here talking to myself. There. That looks good. All right. we're going to use the Costa Cabana Artistry Bloom sequence in Costa Cabana to add a little bit of sparkle to our card. We'll put, I guess we'll put 4 of them on there. In no particular order. Okay, and then I want to go and add some dimensions. Don't forget to leave me a comment if you want to get in on our drawing. I always appreciate any comments. I always appreciate any hitting the like key or the share key. That makes my day every time. We're going to take our layer piece that we just got done making. We're going to put that right on here like that. Looking good. Set that aside. Get my glue. Let's go and start assembling it. Right? So we got our layer on, and we'll put the white piece on. There's our front. It's looking, I think it's looking pretty good. Now, let's do the inside. And first, I will stamp our card verse, which again, I'll mention that I got that one. Here's a Card. Has become one of my favorite. I can't begin to count all the times we've laughed together, mostly because numbers are hard. Happy birthday. Ink that up. There we go. I don't know why. Okay. And then we'll take our bubbles and on. That looks pretty good. Put some glue on this. And there's our finished card. The inside, and here's the outside. Basically using designer series paper that we made ourselves. I think that turned out pretty good. Let me know what you think. Again, we use the Beauty Abounds for the bubble and the Stitch So Sweetly dies and Happiest of Birthdays. That is our card. So I hope you enjoyed it. let me flip this around. There. There. Just wanted to thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it so much. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and join me next Monday night, and I'll have a whole new stamp set to play with, and we'll make another pretty card. So thanks again, and I appreciate it. Have a great week. Happy stamping.